Picture this through a small sun-dappled garden where vibrant flowers bloom alongside gnarled, ancient trees. It's a perfect metaphor for life after 60, a beautiful blend of youthful energy and timeless wisdom. I'm reminded of this garden every time I reflect on the incredible journey that's brought me to 83 years young. My friends, today I want to share with you the most valuable lessons I've gathered along the way. These aren't just idle musings. They're hard-earned truths that have transformed my perspective on what it means to live a rich, fulfilling life, especially in our golden years. Let's start with perhaps the most important realization I've had. Tree age is just a number, but wisdom is priceless. Think about it. How many times in your youth did you wish for the insight you now possess? The ability to see past trivial worries, to understand what truly matters in life. That wisdom is your superpower, and it's high time we celebrated it. I remember meeting Esther, a remarkable 92-year-old woman, at a local community center. She told me, with a twinkle in her eye, "You know, I wake up every morning and think, what adventure awaits me today?" Her zest for life was contagious, and it taught me a crucial lesson. True curiosity and enthusiasm don't have an expiration date. So, my first piece of advice is this: nurture your sense of wonder. Look at the world with fresh eyes each day. Ask questions, learn new things, and never stop growing. Your mind is like a garden. Tend to it, and it will continue to flourish. Now let's talk about relationships. As we age, we often find our social circles shrinking. But here's the truth: the quality of our connections matters far more than the quantity. I've learned to cherish the deep, meaningful friendships I've cultivated over the years. These are the people who've stood by me through thick and thin, who understand me without words, and who make my life infinitely richer. But don't forget, it's never too late to make new friends or strengthen existing bonds. Reach out to that neighbor you've been meaning to get to know. Reconnect with an old classmate. Join a club or volunteer for a cause you're passionate about. Human connection is the lifeblood of happiness, and we have so much to offer each other. Speaking of offering, let's discuss the immense value of sharing your experiences. You've lived through decades of history, overcome countless challenges, and accumulated a wealth of knowledge. Don't keep it to yourself. Mentoring younger generations, whether formally or informally, is not only fulfilling, but also keeps you engaged and learning. I'll never forget the day my granddaughter asked me about my experiences during the civil rights movement. As I shared my memories, I saw her eyes light up with understanding. It wasn't just a history lesson. It was a bridge between generations, a way of passing on values and perspectives that textbooks can't capture. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm not an expert in anything. Let me stop you right there. Every single one of us has unique experiences and insights to share. Whether it's your grandmother's secret recipe, stories from your travels, or simply the wisdom you've gained from life's ups and downs, it all matters. Your story is valuable, and sharing it can be incredibly rewarding. Let's shift gears and talk about health. As we age, it's easy to focus on what our bodies can't do anymore. But I've learned that this mindset is not only unproductive, it's downright harmful. Instead, I choose to celebrate what my body can do, and I encourage you to do the same. I took up Tai Chi at 70, and it's been a game changer. Not only has it improved my balance and flexibility, but it's also introduced me to a wonderful community of like-minded individuals. The point is, it's never too late to prioritize your health and try new forms of exercise. Find something you enjoy, whether it's swimming, gardening, or dancing in your living room, and make it a regular part of your routine. And let's not forget about mental health. In our society, there's often a stigma around discussing emotional well-being, especially for our generation. But I'm here to tell you, taking care of your mental health is just as important as physical health, if not more so. I struggled with depression after losing my wife of 50 years. For a while, I felt lost and alone, but seeking help through therapy and support groups was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It taught me that it's okay to be vulnerable, to ask for support when you need it. Strength isn't about going it alone. It's about knowing when to reach out. Now, let's talk about purpose. One of the biggest challenges many of us face after retirement is finding a sense of meaning in our daily lives. We've spent decades defining ourselves by our careers, our roles as parents or partners. When those roles change, it can leave us feeling adrift. But here's the beautiful truth I've discovered. True retirement isn't the end of purpose. It's an opportunity to redefine it. This is your chance to explore passions you've always had but never had time for. To contribute to your community in new ways. To focus on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. For me, it was volunteering at a local animal shelter. The unconditional love of those dogs and cats. The satisfaction of helping them find forever homes. It gave my days a new sense of purpose and joy. What could it be for you? Painting, writing your memoirs, tutoring children. The possibilities are endless. Let's discuss another vital aspect of life after 60, embracing change. Change can be scary at any age, but as we get older, it's easy to fall into the trap of resisting it. We get comfortable in our routines, our ways of thinking. But here's the thing, change is the only constant in life, and learning to adapt is key to staying vibrant and engaged. I remember when my grandson first tried to teach me how to use a smartphone. I was resistant at first. Why did I need this complicated gadget? But as I learned to navigate it, a whole new world opened up. Now, I can video chat with my great-grandchildren across the country, access a wealth of information at my fingertips, and even participate in online book clubs. Embracing this change enriched my life in ways I never expected. So I encourage you to stay open to new experiences, new technologies, new ideas. It keeps your mind sharp, your spirit young, and your life interesting. Remember, you're never too old to learn something new. Now, let's talk about something that many of us struggle with as we age: regret. It's natural to look back on our lives and wonder about the roads not taken, the opportunities missed. But I've learned that dwelling on regret is like trying to drive a car by only looking in the rearview mirror. It's not only unproductive, it's dangerous. Instead, I've found immense freedom in practicing forgiveness, both for others and for myself. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or condoning. It means releasing the burden of anger and resentment. It means acknowledging that we're all human, doing our best with the knowledge and resources we had at the time. I spent years holding on to resentment towards Mother for a long ago argument. When I finally reached out to make amends, I discovered he had been carrying the same regret. Our reconciliation brought a peace to my life that I hadn't even realized I was missing. So, if there's someone you need to forgive, including yourself, I encourage you to take that step. Life is too short and too precious to waste on bitterness. Let's shift our focus to gratitude. In my 83 years, I've learned that gratitude is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And when you cultivate a grateful heart, you'll find that your whole perspective on life shifts. Every morning, I start my day by listing 3 things I'm grateful for. Some days it's big things: my health, my family, a beautiful sunset. Other days, it might be as simple as a good cup of coffee or a kind word from a stranger. The point is, there's always something to be thankful for if you look for it. This practice has transformed how I see the world. Instead of focusing on what I've lost or what I can't do, I celebrate what I have and what I can do. It's a simple shift, but it's incredibly powerful. Now, I want to touch on a topic that many of us find difficult to discuss: mortality. As we age, we become more acutely aware of our own mortality and that of our loved ones. It can be frightening, but I've found that accepting the finite nature of life actually makes it more precious. Instead of fearing death, I've learned to use it as motivation to live more fully. Knowing that our time is limited encourages us to prioritize what truly matters, to say "I love you" more often, to mend broken relationships, to pursue our passions without delay. I'm reminded of a quote by the poet Mary Oliver: "Tell me, What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Even in our 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, this question is relevant. We still have wild and precious life ahead of us. How will we use it? As we near the end of our time together, I want to share one last piece of advice: practice presence. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future. But the present moment is all we truly have. I found immense joy in simply being present, really listening when someone speaks to me, savoring each bite of a meal, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. These small moments of mindfulness add up to a life lived with intention and appreciation. My friends, aging is not about fading away, it's about ripening, like a fine wine or a perfectly aged cheese. We have so much laughter, so much life to live. Every day is a gift, an opportunity to learn, to love, to make a difference. So, I challenge you to wake up tomorrow with a sense of purpose and possibility. Reach out to someone you love. Try something new. Share your wisdom. Practice gratitude. Be present. Your life is a beautiful, ongoing story. Make every chapter count. Remember, the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're the ones you're living right now, and the ones yet to come. Embrace them with open arms and an open heart. After all, we're not just growing older, we're growing wiser, kinder, and more beautiful with each passing day. Thank you for allowing me to share these reflections with you. Now, go forth and live your best life. It's never too late to start. The world needs your light, your wisdom, your unique perspective. Shine on, my friends. The best is yet to come.